So hey there, welcome back to another video of Eminem Tech YouTube channel. And this video we'll be talking about what is requirement analysis. Is requirement analysis. So table of contents here are some of the contents that we'll be talking about in the video. So what is requirement analysis? Requirement analysis process, strategies of requirement analysis techniques, requirement analysis example. Requirement analysis tools go beyond basics. Here's how. So, in any organization, every new product or service is created in response to a business need. However, despite spending tremendous time and resources on development, there can be a mismatch between the required product and the final product. Hence, there is a need for a focused or detailed requirements analysis in the early stages of any project to avoid major problems in the future. So, what is requirements analysis? Requirement analysis or requirement engineering is a process used to determine the needs and expectations of a new product. It involves frequent communication with the stakeholders and end users of the products to define expectations, resolve conflicts, and document all the key documents. One of the greatest challenges faced by any organization is to share the vision of the final product with the customers. Hence, a business requirement analysis involves a team effort of all the key stakeholders, software developers and users, and customer managers to achieve a shared understanding of what the product should do. This is always done in the early phase. Of any project to ensure that the final product conforms to all the requirements. So, requirement analysis process requirement analysis process involves the following steps. Step number one: identify key stakeholders and end users. The first step of the requirement analysis process is to identify key stakeholders who are the main sponsors of the project. They will have the final say on what should be included in the scope of the project. Next, identify the end users of the product. Since the product is intended to satisfy the needs, their inputs are equally important. Step number two: capture requirements. Ask each of the stakeholders and end users to their requirements for the new product. Here are some requirements analysis techniques that you can use to capture requirements. Hold one-to-one interview each stakeholder and and user individually. This technique will help you gather specific requirements. Use focus groups, conduct group interviews or a group of workshops to understand the flow of information between different stakeholders and end users. This technique will ensure that there will be no conflict of interest later on during the project. So third one is utilize use cases. Use cases provide a walkthrough of the of the entire product through the eyes of the end user. This technique will help visualize how the product will actually work. Next thing is build prototype. A prototype provides users to use a sample look at the and a feel of the final product. This technique will help address feasibility issues and identifying problems ahead of time. Step number three: categorize requirements. Since requirements can be of various types, they should be grouped to avoid confusion. Requirements are usually divided into four categories. Functional requirements: functions the product and is required to perform. Technical requirement, technical issues to be considered for the successful implementation of the product. Transitional requirement, steps required to implement a new product smoothly. Operational requirements, operations to be carried out in the back end of proper functioning of the product. Step number four: interpret and record requirements. Once the requirements are categorized, determine which requirements are actually achievable and document each one of them. Here are some techniques to analyze and interpret requirements. Define requirements precisely. Ensure that the requirements are clearly worded, sufficiently detailed, and related to the business needs. Prioritize requirements, and list them out base on which ones are the most critical and which ones are just nice to have. So that was all for this video. Thank you for watching.